whenever we work on any sum, okay, so what I'm trying to saying is, if we deviate from the best practices, because this is a tool, we need to follow these guidelines. They will be giving some guidelines. We need to follow their process. There might be several ways to achieve a requirement. From all the requirements, we need to follow the best practices so that it will not damage any system code or it will not impact any performance. If you understand this, the warning says that this flow is in draft mode. So draft mode suppress most of the errors. And there is one more warning. It is saying that, however, this flow will not execute in production. Okay. What is meant by production environment? Can anyone help me? What are the different environments available? Development. What is
Production, non-prod,
development?
Development, testing,
UAT,
Yes.
UAT and lot of production.
Development, testing, UAT and by production. Production means that is a place where users will use the application. So it is saying, sorry. So it is saying this flow will not execute in the production. So what is the use of the flow if it is not working? There is no use, right? So one more example. You planning to write an email. You started composing. Without sending it, you saved in the draft. So will the email will be sent to opposite person if you don't send it? What is meant by draft copy in any example, day-to-day life? Draft means which is not ready to send or not ready to use. You just keeping as a backup copy, some test data. In similar way, if you make the flow in draft mode on, then this flow will not execute. So make sure before making this flow to the next level, you need to turn off this one. So whatever you see here in the left side top, the flow will be in that mode. If you are seeing on name here, it will be in the on. If you are seeing off here, it will be in off. I will show you an example of this one. Okay. How this draft mode on will suppress the errors. See now it is appearing as draft mode off. So which means the flow draft mode is off now. Now this is called assignment shape. This is called start shape. This is called end shape. Okay. In a separate class, we are going to discuss about all these assignment shapes. Now remember, in a flow, we will be having one start shape. We can have multiple end shapes. Okay. Now this is called assignment. This is called outgoing connector. In a flow, for the assignment, for the outgoing connector, we will call our flow action. Let's imagine I have designed this flow. Okay. And my draft mode is on, but I didn't given my flow action here. Imagine like this. It will be throwing an error for me. What is error it is throwing? It is saying that the flow action cannot be blank. But okay, let me try to on the draft mode. See, my draft mode is on. Now there is no flow action. Without flow action also, it is allowing me to save the rule. So now you identify what is the reason they are suggesting us to remove this draft mode. This is the reason we should turn off the draft mode. If you don't turn off, it will not tell you the errors. Okay. Now you understood the importance of draft mode? Everyone?
yes, sir.
So what we are going to do today is we have created, okay, before that, let me understand this check-in checkout also. As you are working alone in your personal environment, you may not be exactly able to figure out what is the use of check-in and checkout. Okay, check-in and checkout means, see, now I have made some changes to this application. There are so many people, let's say 10 people working in your company along with you. The remaining 9 people also must and should know what changes done by you. So some work is given to you and you and me both are working parallelly. There is a concept called locking in Pega. Locking means if you hold that one, lock will be held with you. Only you can do changes to that rule, not opposite person. That is called locking. Locking means, I'll tell you one more time. Whenever we are working on anyone, it might be a work object or it might be a rule. If you are developing something, so what I'm trying to say here, as a person I logged in, I am doing some code changes here. While I am doing code changes, opposite person cannot work on this one because this is locked by me. If you see here, it is showing a lock symbol. The log is saying this record was checked by this person. So you will not be able to do any changes to this. So if other person want to access this application, I need to do checkout. So while doing check-in, sorry, I need to do check-in. While doing check-in, I'll write the comment here saying that made draft mode off. So I will mention the comment saying that what are the code changes I did here. The reason I am mentioning the comments here because after leaving from company also, if someone come and understand this rule, they will be able to see what are the code changes done by me. See, I made my comment here. I said it is the initial creation. After that, I made flow as a draft mode off. If someone come and observe this all these comments, they should be able to understand what are the changes happen to this rule. That is called check-in comments. Now you see in the right side, whenever I place my mouse here at the checkout button, it is saying checkout for editing. Okay. So what do you mean by checkout and check-in? Okay. These are the different options we are having. But to get this check-in and checkout, first you need to enable check-in and checkout in the rule set. How to enable the check-in checkout? Open any rule. Okay. Click on this rule set name and then go to security tab. From there, enable this use checkout option and then save your rule. Okay. Close this one. Now we have the options here called checkout, delete, save as, and we'll be having an option called check-in also. Save as. Okay. What is this for? Checkout is nothing but to make any changes or modifications to the existing rule. What is mean by check-in? Checkin means making the changes available to all users. Okay. What is my discard? Not committing the changes. So what it means is, now I have checked out this one. After checkout, I have made some changes, like I am going to add some more shapes. After some time, I decided that these changes are not required. I don't want to commit these changes. Okay. I have added like this. I have added some more shapes. I have made so many changes like this. I have made changes like this, but somehow I decided I don't want to keep these changes here. I want to discard it. So when I do discard, you see here the message, discard your changes and delete this checkout, which means these actions will not be there. These all will be removed. It will be as usual before my checkout. Okay. So if I do discard here, are you sure you want discard checkout rule? So I am doing discard here. After discarding, the original version will be kept there. Okay. Discard means not committing the changes. Private edit. So as I said, there are multiple people working on this application. Let's say there are 4 people. One person is working on this rule. So remaining 3 persons cannot sit idle. They can do private edit. What is meant by private edit? Private edit means opening or checkout to a locked version rule. Which means generally why do we do checkout? What is the purpose?
To make changes.
To make changes.
To make any changes to the rule. Okay. So for example, let me take some OOTB rules which are already available. If I want to make any changes to the rules, there is no checkout option. Then how can I do checkout to that? You see here, we don't have the option called checkout here. We have only option called private edit, because on the right side you can see the message, create a private copy for editing. So after doing a private edit, whatever the changes I do here, that will be impacted only for my login, not for anyone else. That is called private edit. Okay. Opening a checkout to a locked version rule. Okay. What is my delete? As usual, you know, deleting the rule from system. Save. Saving the changes to the checked out rule. Save as means, what is my save as?
Renaming.
same name or another name. Okay. So these are the different actions that we will be performing in our developer life using the Pega Studio. Okay. Make sure everyone has enabled check-in and check-out in your rule set. To enable check-in and check-out, I'm repeating again. Open the rule set. How to open the rule set? This is the rule set name. Okay. Open the rule set and then go to your security tab and then use this checkout option, enable this and then save. Okay. So I have one small question. After creating my application, how many rule sets it got created? It has created 4 rule sets. What are these 4 rule sets? What is this axis name? What is this claims name? Claims is our application name. Axis is our organization name. Can anyone remember this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we already discussed about versioning, right? We have 2 types of versioning. One is application version and then
Rule set.
rule set version. So application version will be 01.01.01, whereas the rule set version will be how
With
it will be
hyphens. With hyphens.
01-01-01. Okay. What is this rule set? We are creating different rules here, right? As of now, we have created property, we have created section, we have created flow action, we created flow. So why we discussed that we will be moving our code from development environment to QA environment. So after moving the code, we are not allowed to do any modification to code. So in that scenario, how it is possible to restrict the user? To restrict the user, what they will do is they will log the rule set. This is the rule set, right? They will log this rule set. Log means this version will be logged. So when you are going outside from your home, you will log your home so that no one can enter into your home, right? In similar way, once I made some changes, I made some development. Before moving this code to next environment, this version will be logged. Okay, after this version, what is the next version? 01-01-. What is the next number there?
02.
02.
02. If I log this version also, what is the next number?
03.
Okay, it will goes up to what number?
99.
99.
What is this version after this number?
Again from start.
02.
02-01.
01.
What is this last path called? What is this one?
99.
This is patch. Okay, and this one
Minor.
is minor. And this is major.
Major.
Major, minor, and then patch. So if you are doing small label changes, those kind of things, those are called as patch. If we are doing some more bigger changes than this, like creating new property or adding more property. Example is we have created first name here. Then they requested to add last name also. Such kind of small changes are called minor changes. Okay. If we do entire flow level change, example, in my flow, they requested to change the entire logic. Previously, whenever I apply for one claim, only one manager is approving. Now they want to approve 4 or 5 managers. And then they also want to include one more level, manager and sub-manager or higher manager. Such kind of changes, application level, those changes are called as major changes. So at that time, our lead or manager, business lead, those are will decide whether we want to change the application number from this one to 02, 01, 01. Like this, they will change. Okay. I hope everyone understand what is this versioning. Okay. Now I have made my changes here 01, 01, 02. My version is log. How the version is log? If I open the rule set, any rule set, you can see here. This is unlock now. I can do a lock and save. Okay, from next Monday, every week by week Monday, we will lock the rule set. We will create the next one. The locking means if I am moving my code from this environment to next environment, so I will lock this rule set. What is the purpose of locking? The purpose is I don't want to allow anyone else to do code changes in the next environment. So the pack of these rules, that is called rule set version. When you use this one, the next time, just by clicking the plus icon, it will create new rule set version. The number will be 01, 01, 02. You see here, I didn't enter this number. System is creating itself. Okay. This is what this private read means. You are opening a rule for the locked version, but you cannot commit those changes. If you want to check in, you need to save as that rules into another opened version. Okay. Now you understand what is the importance of the save as. Is it clear, everyone? What is this checkout, check-in, discard, all these options?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you a brief introduction about clipboard. Okay. As we discussed in our earlier classes, what is meant by debugging?
Decoding.
The process of identifying the error and rectifying it.
Yes.
Finding issues. Yeah.
We are facing one issue. So everyone started working. Few of us already created application and created flow. So when we run this flow, I suggested to change okay. I suggested you to change here I suggested you to change this work party as PY case management default. So some of you forgot and kept it as it is, like the default original one. So what happened? Because of keeping like this, the default one, system is not allowing you to create work object. So it is asking to enter some data. Whenever you run work object from the actions of this flow, so it is asking, select the work party. Basically, this is not the issue. This is the process only. But you didn't know that we need to remove the default option there and you need to select the case management default. It is showing like this. Everyone felt, what is this? Because I didn't explain this part. When I create my work object, for me, it came like this. Now you want to understand and analyze why this is happening. The process of identifying this is called debugging. Okay. For debugging, we have inbuilt debugging tool in Pega. Those are clipboard, tracer, and live UI. Okay. Today, we will try to understand what is the clipboard. As we already explained, we will be having our application server and our database server. Imagine this is our application server. This is our database server. Okay. This is our application server, and then this is our database server. Some of you are facing an issue while installing a personal edition. The reason is your system is not supporting this database installation. As I told, we are using our personal edition. So we don't need to install application server and database server separately. Only in the enterprise edition, we need to install separately. In personal edition, system itself will install this both. So when this database server installation fail, you will getting error saying that trying to connect database 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times and will fail error saying that unable to install personal edition. The reason is the system is not able to install this database server. For that, the solution is we need to download the Postgres and we need to install. Okay. Now let's get back to our class. Now I have one application server, one database server. What is my application server? Here I am running my flow and then I am entering some data here. What is the data? First name, last name. Okay. The data that I entered from application server that will be stored into database server once I submit the application. Before all the data being stored into application server, there is some temporary memory called clipboard. Okay. What is meant by clipboard? Clipboard is a temporary memory storage between the application server and database server. Here you can see all the data. What is the name that you entered? What are the details that you are entering? It will also show the some default Pega server given details. Example, who is the person that logged in? From where they have logged in? What is the last time they logged in? Okay, what is the application they are accessing? What is the URL they are accessing? From which location they are accessing? What is their geography? What is the default calendar? What is the default time zone? All these data can be found on clipboard. Okay. To access the clipboard, you need to click on this clipboard option. Once you click on the clipboard option, it will open a pop-up window like this. Okay. What is this C500 name? One more question. What are these all are called? Collect, C500, home. What are these named as? Threads. Okay. These all are called as threads. See on the clipboard, it is saying the very common interview question is how many pages will be there on the clipboard? Okay. For that, the answer is 4 pages. User pages, data pages, linked property pages, system pages. For now, just remember these 4 names. In later classes, I will explain you what are these pages. Okay. Now, go to system pages and try to see what are available. There is a page called operator ID. What is meant by operator in Pega?
Username.
Operator is nothing but a username or a person who is trying to access the Pega environment. So is it possible to access Pega environment without an operator ID and credentials?
No.
No.
So then this operator ID is the page which will form. Sorry, you saying something? Okay. So operator ID is the page which is formed after accessing the application. See, it is saying when it was created. Okay. And then who is the person? What is their operator email ID? Because in my operator, I have not changed my email ID. Sorry. My operator was created by this person, administrator. You remember I logged into administrator and save as my operator for admin login. That's why it is saying this was created by this person. When it was created in 2021 May last year. But what is the last time we logged in? We logged in with 2022 01 11th date, yesterday. Since yesterday I was not logged out. So this is my access group, my application. What is my default time zone? I am using US default time zone. This is my calendar. This is time zone. This is my first name in my operator ID. Okay. This is the last name. All these things. You can see here. What is my last login time? I have logged in 2022 January 13th, and this is the time. You also can see it is containing a page called requester page. You see, this is the URL I am using. Okay. It will show you all these details, from which location I'm using, what is my system IP, what is my application server, what is my server portal, everything. So these all the data will be available on the clipboard under system pages. Okay. So I told this is the temporary memory between the application server and database server. Okay, let me show you that one also. Here I am entering my name. Okay, let me submit this application and we'll see the data. The data that we entered will be available under the user pages under PY work page. Okay. See, what is the name I entered here? First
Ram.
name,
Ram.
last name. Okay. So now tell me, I want to cross verify the data I entered. So which of the debugging tool will help me to verify the data? Clipboard. Clipboard is the temporary memory between application server and database server. So if I want to see the data, I can simply open the work object. This is called work object. Okay. This also can called case. This is called case ID. Okay. We'll discuss separate class how to create this case ID. What is the case ID? What is this C means? What is this 5001 means? Okay. Now just understand. We are creating one work object. To create the work object, you need to go to the flow. From there, go to the action item and then run this one. That is called creating a work object. Okay. After creating the work object, you are entering some data. So where can you check that enter data?
Clipboard.
I can open the clipboard. I can see that. Alternatively, I can open DB also. DB nothing but database. We can see there also. Okay. But for that one, we need to install one DB application and then we need to see all the tables. In next classes, we'll see what is the table, how to find out the table and how to see the data in the table also. Okay. Now, for now, everyone got clear what is a clipboard? How to see the data on the clipboard?
Yeah.
So homework for you guys tomorrow. So do you want class for tomorrow or not? Because it is festival for everyone. I just need your opinion. I'm okay to take class. Okay, just text me everyone. Based on your request, I will conduct the class. I don't have any issues to take the class. If you don't want class, please text me on 1-to-1. So based on the number of requests, I will take the class.
Oh,
So
okay,
now the
sir.
class is on.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say, before coming tomorrow's class, or whenever you are going to conduct, I will inform the group. Create 5 more properties here. Okay. The properties are, make a note of this one. You need to create age and it should be integer. Don't create age, create gender. Okay. And then create date of birth. This should be of date type. This should be radio button. This should be of type text. Okay. Create these 3 properties and then keep them in your section and run your work object. This should be displayed in your work object. You should be able to capture the gender. In the radio button, give the options called male, female. Okay. How to give this gender radio button? I will show it now. You need to practice. Okay. To create the property, what is the navigation? Right click on the class name, go to the create and then go to data model and then select property. This is one way. There is another way. You have already having data model here, right? Right click on this one and then go to create and then property. There is another option. You have already properties available here. Okay. Go to that properties and then right click on that one. You will get direct option called create. Then I am going to create a property here. The property name is gender. Why I am giving gender here? Because I am using this property to capture gender values. While giving the label, make sure it is solving the purpose. The end user should understand for what reason we are creating. Okay. See, I have one doubt here. I have created type text here. After saving this rule, can I change this to integer again?
Yes.
No.
No.
How
No.
can we change once we save it? So after saving, it cannot be changed for its lifetime. Only while creation we can change this. Okay. So even though it is a radio button, what kind of data it is? It is text data only, right? Male is a text, female is a text. For that one also, we need to keep the property type as text only. Only the UI control will change here. Again, I'm saying property type means what type of data we are going to capture or display, like text or date of birth or integer, password, numeric, decimal. That is called property type. UI control means how you are capturing or displaying this data. This is the format and this is the look and feel. We have different look like text input, drop down, radio box, checkbox. Those all are called UI control. That is the result displaying under display under validation. This is for display purpose. This is for data purpose. Okay. Clear everyone? What is the display and UI control means? Now what is our requirement? How we want to get the gender? We want to get radio button. To get the radio button, we need to change our control here to radio buttons. Okay. Select this one from drop down. And you need to give in the radio button, you need to have multiple options, right? What are the options? For the option, we need to select here the table type. Use local list. Local list means the values that you are defining under this property. That is called local list. Okay. I will be giving an option male and then followed by female. Okay, like this I am giving and I am saving. Observe here. Now we have the option called change. This is just initial creation. Now let me save this one. See, after doing save, okay. Now I need to do some more modification to this rule. How can I do modification to this rule? I need to
Check out.
check out this rule and then I need to do changes to this rule. So I decided to remove this one. I decided and I saved it. I am going to check in back. What is mean by check in? Committing my changes. Remove others option. Right? Now I have created this property. Okay. After creating the property, where do I need to keep this property? I need to keep that property in section. I will open my section. I will check out my section. How can I insert my property here? The first option is I can do drag and drop from here. And there is another option. Another option is I can go here and select any one of the UI control. What kind of UI control is ours? Radio button. So the radio button is available under this picker. Expand this down arrow picker. From there select radio button and drag it here. Whenever you see this orange color, leave it here. Don't leave outside this box. Okay, you need to leave inside this box only. This is called layout. Okay, now I have just dragged the control, but not the gender property. Then how can I call my property here? Open this settings by opening this configure button. Okay, and from there, we need to select that property. What is this blue color symbol means?
Drop down.
It's a drop down. So place your mouse here and press down arrow of your system. It will display all the list of the values. Alternatively, you can place your mouse here and you can press dot symbol. Okay. I am selecting gender. Submit. Save. Okay. Now let's go and run our flow. So able to see this radio button? In the same manner, you need to create gender, date of birth, email address. For the gender, it should be of radio button. For date of birth, it should be of date. For email address, it should be of text. Okay. Create these three and please show it in the next class.